What to do, folks? I hope you're treating yourselves oh so well, and of course others. My name is Claire, and this is a channel where we like to do tarot readings. Today, I thought we would get into what is this person's intentions with you? So, what do they think of when you cross their mind? What are their intentions with you moving forward? If they have any, what they would like to say to you, things of that nature. So, let's go. Pile 1. Oh, pile 1. Let's find out what your card is first. Okie dokie. So, the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles is a serious card for giving and retrieving. I think maybe you've recently alchemized animosity towards someone, and there's been enough time and distance for you to communicate properly with dignified feelings. The Two of Swords. Okay, so the Two of Pentacles represents giving and taking to something that you choose. And the Two of Swords was maybe a time where you guys coming together did not serve a higher purpose, or neither of you would be time well spent with each other before. There was a needing to sever ties. There was a need to get rid of each other's energy at the time. There was a lot of growing that needed to be had, but not at the hands of each other, because that would have not been dignified. The learning processes that you had to learn were away from each other. And the Two of Swords kind of made you choosing each other from a distance. There's like a poetic nature to it, that you coming back together feels good. The Three of Cups, okay, because they're in the flags, and I was like, what are the Three of Flags? Okay, so the Three of Cups in this situation, I think that this person was worried about you and their friend group for whatever reason. Maybe they got bad advice, or there was something about loose ends needing to be tied up. They were entangled with friends in some way, form, or fashion. Maybe they had people in their friend groups that they had to get rid of. Maybe they felt dejected by the idea of letting you in to their personal life. Maybe they got bad advice from other people, and not letting you in to that, they held you at a distance because other people. And it's hard for them to admit that or say that. The King of Wands, because those people ended up being fruitless, or they felt exiled at the end of the day, no matter what. They were trying to appease other people. Maybe they had to run I'm hearing the gambit, or I was going to say the gauntlet originally. I feel like this person needed to go through a few experiences before they realized the merit in not being the King of Wands, because you had the King of Wands, and I'm almost certain this was in reverse, but the theme that this makes me think of is that this person knew your worth. They saw everything that they wanted kind of unfolding in front of them, and your patience towards them also is something that they're always allotted amongst people. They didn't see the difference in you until you stood up for yourself, and this person has not dignified that with other people. No one has really shown them the error of their ways by letting them learn. Maybe they have a hard time. The Five of Wands. Yeah, this person has a hard time with confrontation because they get what they want in a lot of situations. They're charismatic. They have intentions towards talking to you, even though right now they're at a distance and it doesn't seem right to approach you if they can't be close to you or have something to give. They want to prove, but they know words will fall short. This was the Moon card, by the way, and it was in reverse. So this person is certainly feeling the weight of the cycles that they have burdened themselves with. I think that their life is very heavy, maybe in a familial sense. There's a lot of heaviness. Or maybe they have gone to their family to get more centered or advice. There's something about they went towards a lifestyle that they've always chosen over you, over everything else. They've always chosen this lifestyle. This is what they've been working on or working towards, or this is just the person they are. And now it's starting to feel fleeting and it is jarring them. They're feeling a little depleted by their surroundings. The Strength in reverse. I think you reverted this person back into a adolescent nature. They're feeling really broken down by their harsh environments. They feel like they've been cast aside, or maybe they've been living their life in a fruitless manner. There's like endless possibilities that this person feels. They have tons of outlets and potential and whatnot, but lately they've just not felt like themselves, or they haven't felt like what they've been putting out is getting recognition. Or you bring a lot of fire, and I wanted to say hostility. I think what you bring now is hostility if you're outside of your bubble, because your outward nature is fiery. I wanted to say virile. You have a sexual draw and underlining tone that is very sexual to you. You're hard to penetrate in a lot of ways, and this person feels that they can get to a softer side of you, but you're hard to communicate with. The Four of Swords. They think that if they were to contact you via phone or online in some way, form, or fashion, that you would deny them, or they wouldn't have the words to keep you close or get you close enough to show you effort. They're trying to figure out in what way, with this Strength in reverse again, there's something of like an adolescence. How can I show this person that I mean business? This person's going through the Rolodex in their mind of things that they know that you care about, and the things that they know you feel towards them, and that can be negative and positive. They're kind of trying to figure out how to delegate what you've told them in the past to make them more desirable to you, but also how to figure out how to approach you and ask for help. This person wants to, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, this person wants to figure out if you guys can be interactive, if you guys have a higher purpose. This person feels the draw, they feel the despair, the longing, the lust, all these things. This person feels at a distance, and they are strengthened by the connection of you being still amused because you're a part of their life, you were a part of their life, and that therefore they have things to draw back from, emotions to feel once more from you, but they don't want that to end, and they're not really sure how to navigate forward, and they want to ask for help on how you, like, what they did, how you want to be treated, those sort of things. This person wants to figure out how to be better, but they're worried about that being annoying to you or burdensome, or the fact that they don't really know how to navigate the situation. They're worried about the volatile nature of that. They don't want to they don't want to blow up your spot or be incessant to you. Maybe they feel that they have reached out before, or things have fallen apart in a way where this person felt annoying to you at one point in time. And the Queen of Pentacles in reverse, that you aren't willing to open up to them emotionally because they have betrayed your trust or your will towards them. They have severed the ties, and they want to, they've admitted defeat, and it has left them feeling a want to desire you. They feel your intense nature, and something about you draws them in closer. You are kind of the one that got away sort of feel, but they're also kind of nervous and timid towards you. They just want to figure out what this attraction is coming from, and if it is noble and pure, because I think this person is feeling a lot of doubt in every part of their lives, and they really want to get close enough to you, maybe get close to you physically, like in the here and now. They don't want to call you up and be like, I'm sorry. They want to be in your space, in your physical space, and communicate with you and talk to you, spend time with you. Something about delegate feelings and effort. This person just wants to talk about things and not necessarily the past. They just want to talk about where they're at and how to move forward, if that's a possibility. One more card, the Six of Swords, and they could be at a distance from you, or they know that things need to change drastically. This person wants to figure out how to change with you, if that's possible, through communication. I think that there was just something about a lack of communication, maybe because you shut it down, or they just weren't worth the time or effort. There's just very trying to get to the bottom of this. Why does it hurt so much? Why did we have to walk away? Could this be better? Could it be natural and pure? Okay. This person's just trying to get to a more stable place, and they think about you when they think of stability. So there's a lot of consideration, much consideration to be had. All right, with that, you gotta know I love you. All right, all, pile two, greetings. Lovely of you to join us. This is this person's intentions with you. Lovely pile two. Okay. So what's going on with this person? What do they think of? Are they moving towards you at all? Okay. I like shuffling these cards. I can do this. Okay. So this person thinks you are tempting, the devil card. We have it clearly here. They think that you're full of surprises, you're fun, you're on display. Even if you're not technically in your life, you hold yourself in a way where you look well presented, put together, capable. Something about this person really enjoys the way that you smell, or you look like the archetype of what they find attractive. Something is very on the nose with you and this person 5, 6, 7, 8. This person works really hard at maybe multiple jobs. They look at you and they almost certainly think that you have moved on from them. They work multiple jobs and that makes them feel inferior for some way or another. Maybe they need to delegate. There's something about their life that you do not approve of, and they are very aware of it. Whether it be a relationship, the way they conduct themselves, the way they speak, something about this person feels judged by you heavily. And the moon in reverse, they would want to talk to you. They feel embarrassed by the state of one of their careers, or something that you had a hand in, or you're familiar about. Maybe this person feels like you're taking from their energy somehow, or when they look at you, the Queen of Wands, maybe like in pictures of you, they look at you and they almost think like this, that you're looking back at them, or they see pictures of you or videos and they think that you're making them for them. Like you've made this video with them in your mind. You take pictures and you're thinking of them when you take the picture. This person feels very embarrassed by how attracted they are to you. My voice is going out and I feel short of breath. So it's almost as though you hold a lot of, you help change this person's mind and perspective in a lot of ways, if not now, in the future or in the past. Something about you, without talking to this person, are a well of information, guidance. You help this person along their path, and they think of you as such a structural integrity to the person that they have developed into today. They're thankful for you. There's kind of a double-edged sword feeling. They feel as though maybe they have separated themselves from you to where you will never trust or open up to them, but they find that they could trust you. In a lot of situations in life, you seem very trustworthy, or like you would give guidance even at the expense of it. This person knows that you will do a lot of things at the benefit of others, at the behest of others, even if it does not benefit you. And they find that really admirable, the Magician in reverse. They think that you are completely not interested in them, and this makes them feel helpless. Like if you were to communicate, all you would have to say is very callous or short communication to them. They're fearful that making communication with you would present you as a real enemy, or at a distance that they are not willing to bear. There's something about, there's a facade in the silence. They don't want to speak to you because that would put it into reality, the state of what you guys are. Or maybe they're just fearful right now of, maybe they're thinking of how they would reach out to you, and it's making it, there's a visceral recoil to that. Maybe they've cried a lot about you before bed. There's something about this person does not actively think about contacting you, but there is kind of something in the air where they have not completely they've been led astray in a lot of ways of their life. They feel as though they have disappointed you. They don't feel disappointed in themselves because they're making money or they're stocking up, in essence, on themselves. They're getting themselves back in order. The Page of Rings, which would be the Page of Coins. And this card makes me think they could have needed to build up reserves in a lot of aspects of their life. Maybe they are fearful of their family's perspective in life, or they're worried about how their environment has shaped them in a way that they need to dredge some of the things that they've recently found do not serve them any longer. They're unlearning right now. This person's going through a bout of destabilization. They have money going for them. They have stability in some aspects of their life, but it's almost like their emotional standpoint is being rocked. This person has no foundational strength. The resolve is low because maybe they are in family strains or emotional strain in some way, form, or fashion. They feel inept to communicate fully their emotions or their perspectives. They're being stifled by their environment, and because they are not able to communicate in certain aspects of their life, it's kind of causing blockages in other ways. They're stressed out by their environment. Maybe people around them have different perspectives, or this person sees the error of their ways or their environment, and there's a longing for the nutrition that your knowledge and your acceptance brings. It's almost like you are open-hearted, open-minded. There's something very profound and revolutionary about you, and it's enticing to this person. But they're at such a distance, they feel wonky, even considering what it's like to bring that upon you. The Knight of Rings in reverse. And the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight, and it was in reverse. This person has stopped the idea of feeling like they can change their life right now. It's almost like they have a draw to improve their mental state, and they want to improve in a lot of ways. They're not a lost cause by any means. They're not volatile to themselves. This person is pure of heart and of will, but they have a harshness in their environment. They're trying to step away from things that are degrading to their mental state. Their home life is not what it seems, either on the exterior, or this person is kind of, let's see, they're not moving forward in a lot of ways of their life, and it is grating to them. They don't know what to do with themselves. They maybe have been lashing out to a lot of people, or people have been taking things out on them, so they have become more introverted or quiet. This person just has taken on a lot of self-imposed issues. They know that they can't complain to you about the problems that they're in because you're either a stranger technically or at a distance, or you don't care to hear what they're dealing with. The Ace of Wands, they feel the passion towards you. They think that you are growing despite your circumstances, and that is a noble move. There's a nobility to you. I wanted to say mobility as well. There's something about you're effortless. You're vast. you always are going to keep pushing forward, and it's almost like at the expense of everything else, you keep yourself guided, protected, sacred. There's some, you keep people, this person thinks of what it would be like to pursue a free lifestyle like you do. For some reason, they look up to the way that maybe they don't know this, but maybe they just feel it in you, the way that you approach your family lifestyle or the way that you approach other people. This person really wants that for themselves as well, and their attraction to you knows no bounds. This person always has a glimmer of hope that they can feel confident enough to communicate with you. They just don't know what they would say right now, and also their life is not in a place where they can let new people in, or they can't let people into their life because they're worried about being compromised or deceived. There's something about they don't know who to trust right now, the Queen of Cups, and it was in reverse. So something about maybe they can't trust the people that they love right now. This person can't trust the people that they hold dearly and close. And that might be because of their actions or the other person's actions. There's something about they don't trust in general the idea of forever love or trust or letting someone in completely. So everyone's at arm's length of this person. This person works and they know how to make life work for them, but they don't know how to let people in to help strengthen bonds and whatnot. And they have a lingering hope that maybe you will be that person. The Ten of Cups in reverse, and it feels like ain't no sunshine when this person's gone. They certainly think that you are gone. They think that you are moving on to greener pastures, or that you already have just identified them as a ghoul, just someone who does not have their self in order. This person feels estranged from you in a lot of ways. The Ten of Cups in reverse, they don't know how to talk about their feelings or tell you that you were right, but alas, they do feel that you are a positive force in their life. The experience was not negative to them. They look to you with high regard and for advice in some way, form, or fashion. If it's not just observing how you conduct your life, there's something about this person just has a childlike wonder towards you and a giddiness. And if they ran into you, they would be very pleased with that, but they don't know how to contact you as a human right now. They don't know how to communicate with you. They feel like that would compromise their life too much, and maybe the people in their life are burdened by you too. There's something about maybe they're fighting about you, or this person is, people are on high alert about you, and it's more than just this person. So maybe they're talking to other people about you and they watch you, or maybe they've had fights about you with other people. There's something about, there's a bickering and combative nature, and that's what's going on right now. So they're navigating that, and that's what's going on so far. But with that, you gotta know I love you. Pile 3. Hello, howdy. So this is what this person's intentions are with you, if they have any, what's going on in their life. So what is this person thinking of when you cross their mind? And do they have any actions they want to take towards you or say to you? All of these things. Okay, so Temperance card, temperance. The colors of this are scrumptious. Okay, so I think this person is very amorous towards life. They have a romanticism about life. Maybe they're cartoon-like or they enjoy acting. There's something about a dichotomy of someone is chill and the other person is very playful and dynamic. And it brings out a center of both of you where you're very playful together, maybe roughhouse a lot. There's a sweetness, a cute nature to this. This person thinks about how you guys play the Two of Swords, that they feel as though they are stuck in their ways of... There's turmoil in ways of not being able to control something fully. They're either unfamiliar with navigating whatever dynamic you guys hold. There's something about a healthier nature towards this person, and they're unfamiliar with how to navigate that. They don't know how to make decisions also because they're fearful about their resources lacking or how to build with someone at such a point. Wherever they're at, they feel that it would be negligent or it would be negligent to start such a life-altering commitment. But the Queen of Wands, they also see the perspective of move it or lose it sort of thing, that this is not an opportunity that lasts forever. They feel the haste in what needs to be delegated. They feel that there needs to be conversations to be had and actions taken. Maybe you calm this person's mind and they take a lot of reverence for the fact that you can speak to them as a person, like as a natural source. They feel that you will criticize them, that you will dote on them, that you are cheering for them at all times, even through harshness. Also, they feel as though maybe they've treated you poorly in the past or failed to show you the ways in which you made them feel purposeful or cherished. There's something about this person doesn't know how to communicate well or properly if it doesn't center work. The Ace of Coins, I think that when they want to talk to you, they have this feeling of they want to compliment you, but they don't. It feels kind of unnatural. This person maybe has never really complimented you, or they know that they lack in certain ways of expression and they were holding back in a lot of ways. This person thinks it would be mighty awkward to other people. The way that they've treated you, it would be awkward to rationalize that. They know that the type of person you are, that you can just take things for what they are, and you almost know this person's intentions and don't need to have certain conversations with them because you are way ahead of them in the zeitgeist of it all, or like you know what's going on even when this person doesn't know how to express it. So the feelings that they're going through, what they didn't express to you, they almost feel like you know the ways that they're lacking, and they almost don't want to sit and be like, I know that I did this or that, or I've been this way, and I'm sorry that I've neglected you or didn't present myself in such a manner that I normally would. They almost just want to start new and take it from there and show you a different side of them. They almost want to offer you a new start, but on a path of like not starting over, just starting. This person did not see themselves clearly, or they didn't see, you were skewed or wonky in certain ways of their life, whether that be at the hand of you or them. Lest we forget that you both were sort of learning through each other too. Like, I think that you recently learned a few lessons through this person and also them to you, or in general life. It's almost like you both had a lot of learning to do in a small amount of time, and it took really intense decisions and divides, and the fool, zero the fool. This person feels as though your wonder for life matches their zest for the same things. Like, you guys have the same ideals, you know how to communicate at the same rate, and they're fearful of either of you not molding properly to each other. This person has watched a lot of things in their life, a lot of people in their life fit into places that they didn't belong, or just try to fit themselves into corners. This person might even feel that this is how they conduct themselves as well, that maybe they've done a lot of work and they're proud of it, but they are just fitting themselves into places instead of just being out loud, being themselves. Like, there's a cowardice to putting themselves fully on display. Maybe they hid their lifestyle before, they were not very active speaking about themselves or what they're doing. They didn't want people to know fully what their ideals or goals were. This person has not been on display with their hopes and their goals for a long time. They've just been kind of working in the shadows, feeling like one day something would give, that something would break, and you are someone who makes them want to be more on display. They want to be more outwardly expressional. I think you have identified feelings that this person tucked away. They were complacent for a very long time and only wanted success in certain realms of their life, and because of you, they are kind of delving deeper. They might have been pretty surface level for a long time. You had the 5, 6, 7. What is this? Oh, it's coins. Okay. 7 of coins, and it's got a bunch of geese and a woman that doesn't look very pleased. So it's almost like both of you have failed in relationship realms, and maybe you kind of got a little hot-headed towards this person. You think that this person is pig-headed or doesn't have enough for you to be satisfied in the future for long term, and it's really a matter of them having never shown you what they're capable of. This person has never really let you in deep enough inside of their psyche or in their wants. They've never really let you in, and now they feel as though you don't know them, so you don't care about them, and they've realized the error of their ways of how they might have provided that would prevail, because that's all that they let happen. They kept you at a distance so that you were technically a stranger when it had to end, because there was nothing growing. You spent so much time and nothing was prosperous. So it is the Page of Chalices. This person sees you as someone who is constantly changing into a better version of yourself, alchemizing situations. They think that you have grown more attractive through perils and dignity. It's almost like the way that you treat this person now, they needed to see that side of you because it dignified strength, which this person didn't see. They weren't looking outwards of themselves for a long period of time. They didn't see what you were doing or how you were conducting yourself because they didn't care, because they didn't look into other people for so long, and the lack of regard for other people kind of caught up to them with you, because you are the type that just walks away if you feel like someone is not displaying that they care about your time or effort. Because if it's a lack of regard, then you're like, okay, then there's nothing for me here. So this person appreciates that you don't let time be wasted, and they feel that maybe they've wasted a lot of time going with the motions or just letting things slide. They wasted a lot of time in their life being the way that they are, and through you, they're realizing that. And then we've got the Death card. This person sees you as someone who they could maybe build with long term. They see the merit in at least communicating with you these pitfalls. It's like there's tragedy in this person's the way that they conduct themselves is through the tragedies that they have experienced. This person is still kind of in a lack mindset or clawing upwards. This person is definitely in a space of lack. So because they hadn't evolved in so many ways of their life, you came crashing into their arenas. You came and shook things up for them proper. And it took them a long time to realize that communication is better than just pushing through. And I think now they're just kind of asking for life to help guide them towards you in ways of knowing how to communicate with you, how to reach out to you or emulate a safe space for you to at least speak to them, because they think that you have completely shut down. They think that this is a state where you have recovered from them, and that makes them feel a little bit of despair and sadness. They certainly think that you're someone that they could grow upon, and they don't want to lose you. They're trying to figure out if they will just continue to lose you if they do reach out, and because of that, it is taking a little bit of effort and time to, they're going back to necessities. They're going back to basics in a lot of aspects of their life, just to curtail the sorrow and the despair that they felt for a while. Because I think that a lot of things have changed in this person's life recently, and they want to talk to you about it. I think that there is a lot of correlations in your life or significant coincidences that are leading you to this person and vice versa. This person feels led to at least communicate with you in some way, form, or fashion, and they're trying to figure out the best way to do that. So with that, you gotta know I love you.